Welcome back to NFT Intel, everybody, for this Black Friday edition of, well, NFT Intel. We've got a couple hot mints for you that are happening like right now, today, and tomorrow. And as always, I would like to unmute Paul C. and Sol Dozer from the Sol Army. How are you guys?
Good. How
Good,
are
Kris.
you, Chris?
Good. Well, I'm okay now that everybody can hear me. It seems like my colors on my buttons here are backwards today, but that's okay. How was your for anybody in the U.S.? Dozer, you're in the U.S. I think. How was your holiday?
Great.
Yeah.
I slept in today and ate way too much food last night. Feeling great. About to go out and do some Black Friday shopping.
Got it. Lots of testosterone-laden turkey. A joke from earlier.
You could say that.
Yeah, I guess so. Paul, how are you doing today?
Good. Less testosterone than Dozer for sure. But feeling pretty good.
Okay, excellent. All right,
No turkey coma up here.
Turkey coma for sure. We're gonna walk through these here really quick. First one up on our list is Subber. Paul, you want to take that?
Yeah, so we kind of got victimized again by the late mint date announcement, but Subber keys are minting in 1 hour for the whitelist. So what's gone on with Subber so far this week? If you've been following along with Subber, you may have seen that they've had quite a few pre-sales between the 2 to 2.6 Sol range. Their total supply is 10,000, but they've already not given away, but sold just over 4,600 of those in pre-sale. So about 54% of the total supply left for the mint in 1 hour at 3 Sol. So what can you get with these Subber keys? These Subber keys are basically the key to additional utility of the Subber ecosystem. And what you can expect what Subber is in the first place is Subber is like a variety of tools for different communities. They offer collab tools, pre-sale tools, community tools, and whitelisting tools to a variety of different communities. And purchasing one of these keys will unlock additional utility for both you personally as well as for upgrades of your communities with staking. With these Subber keys, I definitely see there being a lot of long-term value, especially because they have a staking model which follows similar to like a Nitro Boost model for communities. So at specific thresholds and specific levels, different perks for your community will be unlocked. For an individual person, some of the benefits that they may see from minting these Subber keys is those exclusive giveaways, a personalized dashboard to help you with your organization in the NFT ecosystem, as well as some other things in that regard too. So pretty cool project overall in terms of what they've done with their pre-sale and everything so far. When I last looked, some of their pre-sales didn't sell out entirely, which again is one of these things that's kind of tough with the market conditions. As well as the fact that the pre-sale people got in at a 33% discount in comparison to what they're minting at today. Not really sure how this mint will go today, but Subber is an absolutely dominant team in this whitelisting and community management field, and I have no doubt that this project will probably be very successful long-term and something that communities as well as individuals will definitely want to accumulate, especially with how many of the communities use Subber already, being over 850. And if they continue gating those perks, I definitely could see it being beneficial for communities to accumulate these NFTs as well to unlock additional perks, essentially.
That was quite a bit in a nutshell here. Does you got any additional thoughts on Subber? I mean, I've used it personally. I really like it. It's never broken, and there are a lot of opportunities, like being able to hit so many whitelists and keep them organized.
Set for Web3 projects. It has never broken. That's all it takes.
Yeah, I mean, it's,
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it's interesting. I always look for Subber opportunities. I'm not on the key list, and I hope to look for some on secondary. You can see some of these projects here that are coming by: Sol Army, Utes. Not sure what this one is. Dead King Society, Kets, Elixir, Claynosaurz, Famous Fox, Federation, Trippin' Ape Tribe, Monkey DAO for the Solana monkey business. DAO. All these people use Subber for their community lists to sub for whitelists, and it's actually so. How is this? How is Subber different from Mercury?
Well, first I'll add the project you weren't sure what it was Tayo. So I mean that list of projects right there that you just listed was.
Oh,
I mean that's
okay.
it. Those are
Yeah.
the big
Robotics.
ones.
Yeah. Thank you for
Yeah,
clearing
those are
that.
the big ones. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that Subber is great at what they do. They they focus in on a niche market, and their product is perfect. As for the keys, the big question for today in about an hour is what do those keys do? And I don't know. I heard that some people were selling them 2.6 to 2.8 Sol. So I'm not sold on the 3 Sol um, mint price. Who knows how that will go? But the pre-sale is doing decently well. I think the big question to be answered is what will the larger communities with the bigger treasuries benefit by holding multiples of these? I think that that's where a lot of these keys will get locked up. Otherwise, it's just people trading them and probably holding them to get future whitelist spots that Subber will offer. To holders, similar to like how Magic Eden, gives their Magic Pass holders, whitelist opportunities for every project that comes through to use their tool.
And I think that's a good comparison there to Magic Eden in using only the metric of the amount of users, and for communities, right? Like the difference between like Mercury and Subber is that Subber is really community based. Mercury is basically like, okay, well, here's your individual whitelist for being in a Discord. At least that's kind of what I see, and it looks, the why I think that this is a good bet long term. Granted, they didn't sell out in their pre-sales. That they already have 880 communities signed up. Like these guys aren't going anywhere because they already have an established product and a business and tie to the ecosystem where they're adding value to communities, and making community management for these whitelist things or allow list or whatever you say much easier. And that that is that's pretty huge. Look, I think I'll put us all back up on screen so we can all see each other now. Yeah, that's pretty huge because
Except for
that's where,
Paul, can't see him.
well, we can see his lava boy. Yeah, yeah, we got him. We have news that Paul's actually gonna join us with a face here sometime in the near future. But anyways, back to Subber. Like where a lot of these folks fall, where a lot of these projects fall, in my opinion, is post mint. Like there's a lot of hype up to the mint for an NFT, and then they promise the world. And I'm painting with a broad brush here, right? This is of course isn't everybody's project is individual, but it is a risk, right? Subber has an actual utility that is valuable to individuals and communities, which makes me think that eventually holding these keys is going to be a good bet. However, you can see in the little overlay here, how much is the supply? I wasn't able to find
10,000.
10,000.
They sold over 5,000 in pre-sale, so they're mint
Okay.
in an hours for a little less than 5,000.
All right, and we still don't really have. Are they? We don't know exactly. The intel that we don't have here, gotta own up to that, is actually mint location. So connect your wallet to Subber. You can do it using your Exodus wallet, which you could you could go ahead and grab just from this link here. You can import your Phantom and MetaMask seed in your Exodus wallet, or you can go to exodus.com. Forgot to do this little pitch earlier, but this is probably the easiest and the only wallet that you'll need to get into our the Exodus ecosystem with desktop and mobile. But you can see here on the Subber website where it says connect right up here in the top right hand corner. If you connect with your wallet, you can then get some more information on the mint. I'm not whitelisted, so I'm not actually in that. Anybody got any? Paul, you got any thoughts on that?
On Subber?
Yeah, I mean, like as far as where it's minting.
It should be on their site that they'll post in their Discord.
Okay.
That's all I'm gonna say. I don't know it off the top of my head, but it'll all be in their Discord.
Okay. Yeah, that's always usually where you find the greatest alpha on whatnot. Their Discord link it's on the Subber homepage, subber.xyz, and it is also on Twitter, and they mint in about 40 or 50 minutes from now, so go ahead and hit it. So that's our Black Friday. We call Black Friday keys here. All right, next project we got up here is Claynosaurz. I mean, you can't say Claynosaurz without like having a smile on your face, right?
Oh, it's a big one.
It's
the biggest one. I don't even know since when. Since OK Bears, maybe.
So why is it a big one?
Well, why don't we take it from the top? So,
okay, let's go.
If you were even relatively active in Web3 and you haven't heard of Claynosaurz, then you are living under a Web3 rock. But for those who maybe, haven't been on crypto Twitter or on, Discord at all, let's just explain it. So Claynosaurz is a Web3 creative studio launch, with Claynosaurz being the first IP collection that they're launching. So it's, super high quality animated art that they are releasing in NFT form. And honestly, it's like nothing that we've ever seen before from an art stance. It's super high quality, high definition animations of their cute little monsters there, or little dinosaurs. And they just have been building up this hype train for the last 3 months. I think the first time that we heard about it in the Sol Army Discord was 2 or 3 months ago. And, since then it's just been a snowball of other communities jumping in and hyping it up. And I've seen some huge names of people who have been, tweeting at them, and people are doing crazy things to get whitelist opportunities to mint this one. So there's no doubt in my mind that it's a super hyped mint. It's probably the biggest one, like I said, since OK Bears. The team that is behind these it's actually a incredibly large group of people for a Web3 startup. There, when it comes to the number of developers they have on board and the talent of those developers. So it's 14 artists, and then they have a branding and marketing team. I'm not sure how many people are on that, but 14 artists is a huge collection of people to get together.
I saw 3 on the branding and marketing team.
Did you? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So those 14 artists, though, that are building these Claynosaurs, they come from a wide variety of Hollywood backgrounds. I think that they've been working on that list of movies right there. I mean, those are all massive name movies. You have the Avengers there, you have Angry Birds, Jurassic World. I mean, the list goes on and on. So they're taking a piece of all of that talent, bringing it to Web3, and, just seeing what happens here. So this mints tomorrow. They've been doing some pre-sale opportunities over the last couple of months for some of the earlier projects, and yeah, they're minting 10 Sol tomorrow, which is, compared to other projects, a huge price. But for this one, there's absolutely more demand than there seems to be supply. I think that, to me, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah,
What do you guys think?
I'm looking for their artist demo here. I thought I had it pulled up for you. Oh yeah, the team animation reel. Yeah, what I like about this is that they're leaning heavily on creating something that is a little bit different. You know, more there. I think this might be a step up in the maturity of like, oh hey, this is the type of stuff that people want. I mean, we won't know until they mint. However, like their pre-sales, Claynosaurz offered pre-sales. We're talking 10 Sol a piece, minimum of 15 buy, a vesting of like a couple will unlock, and then a couple weeks later, some more will unlock. So it should tide the market. But these pre-sales in all communities sold out. People were jumping communities and buying in like massive amounts of like over 100 Sol worth of NFTs just to have the opportunity to get on a list to buy this pre-sale spot. Like when you said okay bears, I was like, yeah, I guess, because there's a lot of money already behind what they've already done. Like people have yeah, all the pre-sales were sold out before they even got to their second and third tiers in most of these communities. So expect the mint to go really well. Even though it's 10 Sol at the current Sol price, that's $140 per NFT. You know, which is next to nothing compared to, you know, minting something back in early 2021.
Oh yeah, that would have been a 1 Sol mint price for a project, which was, you know, extremely common. In fact, that was even probably low.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
So I know that also they had their, so for the people who visited, was it Lisbon, and
yes.
talked to the Claynosaurz team, they gave them all the sardines, yeah, that, or I don't even know how they say it, sardinas or whatever.
Sardines. Yeah.
I mean, those were selling, and I don't think they ever fully explained what those will sort of tie in with the Claynosaurz universe, but they did announce that those would give one whitelist spot for each one that was held, and I mean, they were selling well over 100 Sol floor.
They still are, 114 Sol right now.
That's crazy that they're still selling for over that, because the whitelist snapshot is done. If you bought one of those right now, you wouldn't be getting a whitelist spot. So, I mean, it's mind blowing to me.
Yeah, the market's definitely hot on Claynosaurz, and we'll show here in just a minute after we get Paul's thoughts. We'll take a look at their artist demo, and then kind of scroll through their Twitter a little bit to see some more animation for them. So this is an IP project, Paul?
Yeah. So basically it's taking some of the best artists, like their proof of work is actually crazy. It's like almost every one of the favorite characters that you probably have from some sort of TV or video series, these guys have worked on for sure. Like Despicable Me, Marvel, like it's absolutely crazy. So these guys are basically bringing over their talents to Web3 and doing like an intellectual property project. These projects aren't, an IP project. I don't know if that actually translates directly into that, but what these guys are trying to do essentially is build a brand on Web3, starting with these Claynosaurs here. They clearly have a lot of track record to do it. And I mean, if there's one project that actually can say build a brand and has the means and connections to do so, it is Claynosaurz. I mean, we've seen other projects say, we're going to build a brand. And, it just doesn't even come close. They look like Bored Ape Yacht Club derivatives and don't really deliver. But these things...
Is there something to unpack there?
No, there's nothing to unpack here. It's not a jab at anyone. But like this animation and the quality of the work done by Claynosaurz is absolutely top tier and like nothing we've seen on this blockchain before. The main critique naturally is that is Solana ready for a project like this? I guess we'll see. This is something that historically thrives really well on Ethereum, but I have noticed that our demographics and interest on Solana have changed a lot. Like there's a lot of one-of-one artists now that are consistently selling out collections, which was not happening a few months ago. So maybe we are maturing and getting more ready for this as well. I mean, you can see right here what Kris is scrolling through. The art is absolutely spectacular in comparison to everything that we've seen before. And I'm really looking forward to this mint. In terms of sentiment and everything, Claynosaurz kind of carries that same thing that only comes around once in a blue moon. Like the buzz in the ecosystem feels nostalgic of what it felt like leading into Utes, felt like what it was leading into OK Bears, and a few other projects like that. And naturally, you can see the correlation of how that goes. So yeah,
your point,
that's what's that?
Your point where you said that this is the kind of project that would do well launching on ETH. I saw a couple people tweet, well, multiple people tweet something along the lines of like, "Oh, it's a shame this is launching on Solana. Like, I wish it was launching on ETH." And it's such a shame that the blockchain that a project's launching on prohibits some people from wanting to mint it. You know, it sort of, we need to bridge that gap and make it so that if you like a project, it shouldn't matter where it's launching. You know, you should have the opportunity to, you know, mint it or buy into it, you know, regardless if it's ETH, Solana, or dare I say Aptos.
Yeah, no, it's interesting. I mean, there's definitely a sense of tribalism that comes around with what blockchain you're minting on. But yeah, I mean, we'll see how well this does. This obviously is huge backers. Like, I mean, even the founder of Solana himself has said, like, yeah, like this is a very valid project. And they've been working for a long time at this, like almost a year, which is how long a lot of these NFT projects have been around. So I don't know. I'm pretty confident on this. There seems like a lot of buzz around it, and I think the art will be great. So I'm really hoping I get a very cute one.
Didn't the Solana founder also say something along the lines a while back of, you know, Solana will be the birthplace of the next Marvel, or he said something else like Star Wars, maybe, you know, who knows? Maybe this could be it.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, if there's one brand that we've seen so far that really does feel like it could be it, I think it's universally being accepted right now that this one definitely is the best shot. Like, you've never seen a team as comprehensive as this with this much track record on the blockchain, nor a team building for this long and everything like that. I'm just quite curious to see how this IP and everything will roll into a bigger brand and a bigger picture.
I think what'll be really key for them is the, you know, the week or two following their mint. If they live up to the hype, and then I always like to see just something, you know, them release. I like to see teams release something that they haven't already teased before, just to surprise people. And that's when you really get the people FOMOing in, you know, like, oh, they're building something else that, you know, they haven't already released. And I love to see that. So I hope that they do something, you know, within a week after their mint.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's hard to know, especially with these projects. I mean, they've teased some hidden utilities, like they've got their little, I don't know what I called them. They have swappable attributes, which may have like a gamified experience. Like they tweeted out, like, will you be like I can't remember what they said, like a hunter, a healer, or something like that, which indicates maybe to me that there would be like a little game or something coming after the fact, but it is pretty unclear right now. I know there's a lot of potential for this sort of stuff. And I saw a beautiful thread looking back at like how Pixar sort of started with something like this. Like Claynosaurz, from my understanding, would be just one of their first kind of sub brands, kind of like Toy Story to Pixar or something like that. And there would be a lot of ways to branch out from there. So yeah, super interested and really excited for this one. If there's one thing that kind of can decouple from these alleged brand projects into something that actually can be an IP project at a more robust level, I do think that this can be the one. We also talked about Worldwide Wade, which is kind of doing something similar, but I think this one has a lot better footing and a lot bigger scale as of now.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Kris, you are muted.
That's just my buttons are backwards color today. I'm not really sure what happened here, but
Too much
yeah, I
turkey
think it's
yesterday.
well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was well said. And the scale of this, like, you don't gather a team like this for a one-off or a rug. You know what I mean? Like this is a now serious investment and like kind of a step up. So I've been watching this ecosystem for the last year, and I started really with 3D projects, and then I went away from the 3D projects because they just didn't really do much for me after a while. And then started looking at different utilities, and then really figured out that, oh, you know what, these NFTs really represent, like, for me, other than like a way to leverage funds, is the introduction of like the communities of who I intentionally choose to spend my time with, right? And that's probably the most valuable thing for me that I get out of it. But taking this to the next level, when you mentioned like a Pixar level or something that is the beginning or a stepping stone to something larger, like in 10 years, what's the Sol ecosystem going to look like? If this Claynosaurz team is still together, or whoever's behind it, I mean, I could definitely see feature length movies coming out of it, and then who knows what the worth of the NFTs are. Of course, you know, they're all risky. You know, that is essential. You know, any type of investment, you want to do your own research first. But yeah, the hype here, people are really digging what's happening with Claynosaurz.
Yeah, I mean, now's the time to be building and pushing forward projects like this as well. Like, I mean, I would say retail interest is probably damn near an all-time low.
Yeah.
So this is one of these things as well, when these brands are being built and everything like that, that will really thrive when the market conditions turn. I know there's a lot of projects that are sort of pulling away from having their mint dates now. But it is really bullish to see those projects that are choosing to mint now anyways, because it shows that they're ready and prepared to battle and weather the storm and then come out on the other side. At least that's the way I see it. So I'm pretty excited about this, and I really think that it's a very cool project, and that's all I'll say.
Yeah, smart
Trying to hold my tongue there.
Smart teams are using this time right now to really like double down and put out something that's a lot of value, because it is like, people like, it's Sol's cheap, right? And the market's down, interest is down. You launch now, like, that's how we, you know, we're always building at Exodus, right? Because we know that when the market comes back, we have a solid foundation and a solid team for them to come to. Speaking of which, this program is brought to you. It's a joint effort from the Sol Army and Exodus, Sol Army Project Intel. Make sure you check that out. The Magic, you can find links on Magic Eden or Twitter and be part of a great group. And the Exodus wallet is a Web3 wallet. We say it is the only wallet, the only Web3 wallet you ever need. Cross chain, we have BNB, Sol, ETH. You know, you don't need to go jump from MetaMask to Phantom or all these other weird wallets. One key, one seed, you have it all available for you, NFTs and all of Web3. So with that, guys, we're going to look at the horizon really quick. What do we got? We got two things on the horizon, Paul, you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, they're just quick. So Worldwide Wade that we just mentioned actually has another collaboration coming out with a very popular Korean fashion brand. I don't remember it off the top of my head, but that one is coming out on the 28th. We would have covered that under NFT Intel this coming week, but since this is the substitute, we gotta cover Clayno. The other one that is definitely one to watch is we talked about Take Heath Anybody's a while back. So Anybody's is helping to launch the Toys R Us NFT. Currently, not too sure what the utility will be, but there are some options to get on the original Jeffrey role, which is their OG role, and definitely a project that I would keep my eye on. Personally, I really find anybody's as a whole interesting, and anything that they're backing and launching definitely has my eye as well. And then naturally the nostalgia factor and collaboration of Toys R Us obviously will not hurt that collection either. So those are the two big ones on the horizon for me. Really looking forward to seeing what the Toys R Us one ends up being. And that one is allegedly coming December 4th. So one to keep an eye on there as well.
All right. I'm sure we will be talking about it here in the future, and we can pontificate on really why does a toy brand need an NFT. It seems like synergy to me, but
Lifetime toys, man.
Dude, ooh, Lifetime toys. If it's Lego,
Lifetime Lego. That thing is
Lifetime Lego. Yeah, I'm ready to dump the whole bag into that. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. We come at you regularly every Monday. We're going to skip this next Monday. Thanks for watching this Black Friday edition of NFT Intel. Check out the Sol Army. Go ahead and go to exodus.com/web3 wallet to download your Exodus web wallet extension. And see what else we have for you in the ecosystem. We have desktop, integrated exchange, mobile, take it with you on the go. So thanks, everybody. Have a great weekend. Paul and Dozer, thank you so much for being here on a Friday. And I am pretty pumped for both Subber and Claynosaurs.
Excellent. So are we.
All right. See you guys. Have a great weekend.